All right, welcome to class. Hopefully you are at the right link. My name is Ken Hicks, and this is POLS 1113, American Federal Government, which is part of RSU's general education requirement. So, to describe the course, American Federal Government is sort of like Citizenship 101. The idea behind it is if you know how government works and what your rights are, you'll be more likely to be an informed and active citizen, and as citizens, you'll make wiser decisions. Once you've worked your way through the course, we expect you to know how American democracy works, as well as have an understanding of the major political institutions of our constitutional system. You should be able to analyze major political trends and events and personalities. You should be able to evaluate political systems and processes. And you should be able to demonstrate an understanding of American history, major trends in family, education, politics, economics, and religious institutions. There are two texts required for the course. Benjamin Ginsberg, Theodore Lowy, Margaret Ware, and Robert Spitzer. And I think there's one other recent edition. The 12th edition of We the People, which is published by the W. Norton Company. And then my colleagues, Carolyn Taylor and Steve Housel, have produced a supplement for state and local government, which is a brief introduction that is published by, I think it's going to be published by Norton, but I don't think it's in this text yet. For course requirements, there are 1,000 points distributed over 4 broad categories of assignments. Forums are worth 280 points. I'll post weekly instructions for participation in the forums, which substitute for classroom discussion. Each weekly forum is worth 35 points. And in order to earn full credit, you need to demonstrate that you've read the week's assigned material and are at least trying to understand it. Asking questions is a great way to participate in the forums. You'll be required to make at least 4 posts in excess of 45 words each, and you have to make an initial post of 75 words by the Tuesday of the week that the forum is open. You can't just You also have to distribute your posts over the course of the week. You can't just plug in on the last day of the forum and make 4, rapid posts and expect to earn full credit. I'll have a complete rundown on the forum rules, as we go along. Weekly summaries, or weekly quizzes, I should say, are worth 200 points. Each week, you'll be responsible for taking a quiz that will test your knowledge of the assigned reading. There will be a set number of questions drawn from a larger universe in random order, with the options similarly randomized. Each quiz will be timed at 45 minutes, and they'll be worth 25 points. Most of the questions will be multiple choice, and then they'll be worth 1 point, and then you'll have a bonus question that's worth 5 points that will require you to write like a paragraph length response. There are going to be 3 examinations worth 100 points each. Kind of distributed over the course of the semester. The first exam comes in week 2, I believe. The third one is in week 5, and the last one, of course, is in the last week of the semester. We're going to do an examination that covers chapters 1 through 3 plus the supplement, and then the next exam will cover chapters 4 through 8, and then the final exam is not cumulative, and it will cover chapters 9 through 14. There are also 2 short writing assignments that are worth 110 points each. You can find the topics and the reading material in the course resources section. I'm going to ask you to write a 3 to 5 page essay, and I'm going to basically have prompts where if you answer all the questions in some detail, you'll probably have the length that you need. I am willing to give you up to 100 points of extra credit. Don't put yourself in a position where you need it. So, we can talk about that more later. Late assignments, I'm generally pretty lenient about accepting late work, but I do penalize if you're routinely late. If it happens once, that's fine. I'll let it slip. But if it's happening routinely, then I will likely dock you a bit. If you alert me ahead of time, I will generally be a lot more forgiving and a lot more sympathetic. With regard to deadlines, this is a week-to-week course. It's an 8-week course. If you respect the deadlines will respect you. But if you find yourself behind the chains early in the semester, you're really going to struggle. As for grading policy, I am generally regarded as a relatively tough A, but a relatively easy C. I want you to earn your grade. but I'm also pretty soft-hearted. And you know, if this is not a course that lights you up, then I completely understand that. The academic policy, deal can be found. Where is that? On page 6. So take a look at that. Students with disabilities, I'm just going to read this off the syllabus. Rogers State University is committed to providing students with disabilities equal access to educational opportunities and services. Any student who has a disability that he or she believes will require some form of academic accommodation must inform the professor of such a need during or immediately following the first class attended. Before any educational accommodation can be provided, it is the responsibility of each student to prove eligibility for assistance by registering for the services through Student Affairs. Students needing more information about student disability services should contact the coordinator for student disability services at Rogers State University, 1701 West Will Rogers Boulevard, Claremore, Oklahoma. The number is 918-343-6828, or email again at Student Disability Service. I can't remember what it is. The Student Disability Office is in the Student Affairs, which is up on the second floor of the Carolyn Taylor Center. A note on my teaching philosophy: I believe in the Socratic method, which is hard to do with online, but it is something that I think we can achieve. I like to ask questions. I think that if you take take account of the questions that I'm asking and try to find ways of answering them, you'll do fine in the class. Briefly about me: my name is Ken Hicks. I'm an Army brat. Both my parents were Army officers. I grew up mostly on Army bases in the Deep South. I earned my master's degree and my PhD from the University of South Carolina, and I have been working here at RSU since 1999. So I'll be entering my 20th year this fall. I've also been the department head of history and political science since 2008. That also means I'm here quite a bit. So if you have any questions or you just want to talk about politics, please feel free to drop by and drop by my office and talk. Everything that I have said can be found in an electronic copy of the course syllabus, which is on a link that's on the taskbar, which is about 3 links down. So anytime you have any confusion, you can consult that, or again, you can email me or call me or whatever. I hope you enjoy the course, and I hope we learn a lot together.